Let's start with you. Lots and lots of tweets from our viewers on this issue. The number one being, surely you've got better things to do for you in your time to put this kind of law through.
Well, I don't think this is a trivial thing at all. I think that there is more and more research that is showing a link between a society in which the kind of media objectification of women is common, and a society that is more likely to be accepting of things like stereotyping, discrimination and violence against women. It's not just me saying that, there's a government's strategy itself says that, the UN says that. And so I think when we're concerned, as we rightly are, about things like violence against women, and indeed about the way in which young girls begin to start thinking about themselves and their own career options and so forth, I think we need to look at that wider culture. And when you've got this normalisation of women as media objects, I think that's a very damaging thing.
Hard to argue against that, Paul Connew, isn't it?
Well, I've got mixed feelings here. I mean, I think the page 3 girl is an anachronism. She's 10 years past her sell-by date, at least, probably 20, and I would have dumped if I'd been editor of The Sun a long time ago. But having said that, this is a sledgehammer to crack a peanut. In fact, there are far more serious issues around now. You know, cyber porn is the real issue. The Sun page 3 girl is inconsequential, Caroline, surely. And by the way, congratulations on your gimmick of wearing the T-shirt in Parliament, in fact, playing games with the old Erskine May rules.
Is it inconsequential, Caroline Lucas?
I don't think it's inconsequential, because I think what's particular about, for example, page 3 of The Sun, is the way in which it is so ubiquitous. Yes, it's true that if you go to internet sites, you can find porn sites, and of course I would like to see the end of that as well. But I think what's specific about page 3 is that you've got, for example, a father who takes his 3.5-year-old daughter to get her hair cut and finds that page 3 is open in the hairdressers. You've got, a teacher who asks young kids to bring in papers so they can do papier-mâché or artwork, and again, page 3 is all over it. So
Caroline,
it's just that sense from a very early age, people are being unwelcomely watching it.
But Caroline, look, I've got sort of a 10-year-old son and a 13-year-old son, who one of them in particular is interested in the news. Now, he gets his news online, and I'm far more concerned about what he might pick up, in fact, when he's on his iPhone or on his laptop or behind the bike sheds or at home when backs are turned, than I am about him picking up page 3 of The Sun.
But is it more, Paul Connew, that you're annoyed or upset that Parliament are trying to censor the press?
Well, I think the issue is one of freedom. I just do not think, although I would dump page 3 girl, I think ultimately it's not a decision for politicians or the law. By all means campaign against her, by all means, but ultimately the decision should be that of the editor of The Sun and no doubt Rupert Murdoch, who I suspect he's moving in your direction anyway. But I think it's a question. It should be a decision for the Sun's ownership,
so
not a
Caroline
question
Lucas, let's get back to you. Do you support censorship of the press?
I don't think that's what we're talking about. What I think is a better parallel would be the watershed, the 9 o'clock watershed on TV. There's already an acceptance that certain things are better placed after certain times. And no one talks about the censorship. And I think exactly the same with The Sun. It's not appropriate to have that around lots of young people.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Caroline.
We have to leave it there, I'm afraid. Paul Connew and Caroline Lucas, thank you very much.